Okay, we're rebuilding the Parkinson vice. Just using some multi-purpose grease. And I've buffed it a little bit. You might think it's together, but it's not. There's lots of parts down here. So, first thing. And try to without it smashing to pieces. There we go. How can we see that? Yes, you can see that. Well, as you can see, I've put red oxide all over it underneath as well. Now, inside, threads on the lead screw, they're not Acme threads, they're like hooked. And there's a lot of grease in there. I'm sure you can see the chamfer on the threads. They're like angled. And the reason for that is because that is the nut. That's it. It is just half a nut. There isn't two of these, it's just one. The only way this can possibly work is if the threads hook themselves in. So it's hooked that way, so it's a hook. Whoa, don't drop it, it's greasy. But this way, you just slip straight off of it because it's just slippy that way. And then this way there's hooks in the threads, so you catch a nail on it and that's it, you've caught. Because the thread is sort of like tapered, they're underneath each other, they cut at an angle and they undercut each other slightly. So when the lead screw goes into it, the nut gets sucked in. So pretend this is the lead screw. When the lead screw goes into it like that, the nut gets sucked onto it. The threads on the lead screw are the same as well. So you see which way the hook is, and they're hooking that way, and these are hooking that way, so they hook into each other. And before I assemble it, I have to put the lead nut in. Typical, is it not? So to get that out, we need to slip this back a little bit and take the washer off. Easier said than done. At the back here there's a washer, I don't know if you can see that. It's a thrust washer. I need to get that out, so I'll pull these screw out a little bit. And the washer comes off. As soon as I'm doing that, I can take the lead screw out and you can see that. I don't know if you can see the hooks. And that way it just slips. If you put it on the right way, it stays in. I cannot move that now, you understand? So you put it on the wrong way, ooh, and you can push it straight down. It will push that way on that one, but it won't push that way. This way, it slips both ways. This way, it'll slip that way, but it won't slip that way. Okay, so it has to go on the right. Now, you have to make sure you get it the right way. So the lead nut's going that way. So I need the lead nut to go in that way. And you have to feed it in underneath and then bring it out. Awesome. So now I've got to put this down somewhere where it doesn't get mucky. Fortunately I have a piece of cardboard there. Okay, here we go, next session. Pull that all the way out, nearly the full way out. Well, yeah, let's just put the full way out, eh? That's going to hold it actually, that's quite good. We'll put the nut in, the lead nut. Yep, she goes in. Come. So I put some grease, more grease in there. I've been using my long prodding stick to get the last bits out of this. A big blob of grease. And on these surfaces, which the nut rides on, I might be able to get you in and show that. I'm going to put a load of grease. So you saw me dabbing on 4 surfaces there, and they correspond to this. So on each side of the nut there is thrust surfaces. And there's corresponding surfaces inside vice. So you lift this nut into position. Up on the nice surfaces, and then you slide. Try to. Ow! Without dropping your fingers. Oh, you're beauty. Yeah, just pinch my finger. Very happy about that. Sarcasm. Not very happy about that. Something's gone wrong. Now it's gone right. So I've lifted the lead nut back up again. We'll put the lead screw in. That nut is on it now. What we can do is push it in a little bit like that. Put it out a bit like that. And hope. There we go. She's in. Shazam. Can you see in there? Yes, you can. So, the lead nut's in. And yes, I give the lock in, and it slides up and down nicely. And there's no play in this one really. It's a really solid vice, basically. It's very good. Next, always interesting. What comes next? This is the lead nut operating bar. It is drilled here, just a clearance hole. As you can see, I've greased it up. It needs to go in the lead nut, like that. This plate needs to go in next. And it don't need to be tight at the moment. So the lead goes that way, like that. And then on that nut, sorry, on that shaft, there is another nut. Can you see that? Yeah, so I'll put the front plate on, I'll put the shaft through it, now the spring's on it. Now this is the spring nut. And the nut faces towards the shaft that way. The spring catches in that notch, and then these multiple castellated notches hold this shaft. So you get adjustment. The hole is drilled off centre. The hole's here. So I'm going to flip that around the opposite way. So now the hole's over the other side, and now that goes in that way. And you bring it up until it engages in the knot. Like that. I believe this all comes off now. I don't know. Yes, it all comes off now. So put it on now like that. Pick up this. So I'm quite happy I've got the right position. And it all goes together like that. And now you have to try and hold that together and get a screw in it. Easier said than done. And now the screw is started. And I don't know whether this will go in together now. Now you'll notice that the spring catch, we'll put the lever around there. So we'll do one full rotation, and now it's in about the right kind of position. So I'll put some tension on it, so the spring, see it's off. It's now in contact now, yeah? And now I'm doing that amount of rotation. And this is all still loose. The whole thing is loose, so hopefully I can get it in now. Hopefully. It's not the easiest of things to put in. We'll retract the nut a little bit, and she's in, like that. Okay, so she's in. I had to pull back the lead shaft a little bit. I'm going to pull that back into position, if I can. There we go. Try and get it all into position. So now, it is in position. So this has a little keeper on it, and the keeper goes there. So the keeper's got an angle on it like that. And you can't put it that way, you have to put it that way. So it's cocking up, so it's cocking down. Instead of drooping, it's cocking up. And we'll put the screw in that. So that little keeper has got a little slot build in it, and it just holds it square on this particular one. On the other type of vices that put these like this, it has a bit big cage, but this one hasn't. It's got a little piece of crappy metal basically. So make sure that's tight. And then I'll make sure this is tight. I'm just going to put this screw in temporarily. I've only got one screw for the front plate, so I've got to make another one of these. So the front plate is on. That is, we've got two screws in the front, that is basically completely built. But there's a big annoying thing that you have to go with on these. Right now, it will work. It didn't work before. I think the leading up was in back to front as well. So now the voice works beautifully. But, oh, it does quick release. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that at all. And we'll leave the lead where it is, I think. That's perfect. I was expecting the lead to be down here, so like on the Woden devices, but clearly the Parkinson device is superior in its locking action. Far superior. Just that little bit there, which is, yeah. So there we go. How to rebuild a quick release voice, and they're all, I've got about 6 of these, and they're all about the same. Apart from that underneath little flap which holds the release mechanism arm shaft in. But yeah, so there she is. She is complete. Whoa, let's just fling it over like that. So on the front, what I was saying was 2 nuts, 2 bolts. I've got 1 screw there, I've got 1 screw missing, so I'm going to have to make another screw. I shall get on with it. And then she'll be ready. What happened then? The nut wasn't locked in. There we go, that's what happened. But yeah. Well, I think you can just push them forwards actually, because they are designed to push forwards. You can just push them forwards if you're strong enough. Like that. So if you feel like damaging your voice, you can do that. I wouldn't recommend you do that because it's a bronze bush and it will wear out. I know it's got a little grease in it, but you can just push them forwards if you want, which is a quick way of putting them away. Now, I suppose people used to do it all the time, come across and go wear the nut out. And the boss would go, don't do that, do it properly, press the lever. Like that. And she'll be good. I think it's 1/4-20. I'm going to try a 1/4-20 stainless steel bolt in it, taper the thing and whap it around a little bit. Or make 2 cap screws, just taper in the cap screw and see if it fits there nicely, and have 2 cap screws to the front instead of having original ones. But now he's ready for use or sale now. I'm thinking about selling this one because, well, I've got record and Woden voices and these are not the same. So in the background there you can see 3 of the Woden voices. That one is, well, it hasn't been painted but it's working beautifully. That one is completely knackered, it needs welding up. This one was completely knackered and I welded it up and it's beautiful now. Right, so the battery's got some charge in it now. I've decided to make this screw. I made 2 Allen key bolts, but I'm making this screw here. As you can see, it's nearly in there. So I cut a 430 diameter. Then I stepped it down to 1/4 inch because this is 1/4-20. I've got my 60-degree tooling back to front. I'm running the lathe backwards. That way when I'm going down, I'm going away down to the tailstock, and if I do get a problem, well, it's running into the tailstock, not into the chuck. Thought it'd give me a little bit more time. I've got an undercut here, which is to the depth of the cut. The depth of the cut is 1/4-20, 30 thousandths. So let's go for it. And there it is, it's hit the parts. So the tip of the tool's hitting the part. I want to ensure I'm doing 20 TPI because last time I buggered this up, so we'll make sure on this one I've degreased the part. I am running at 600 RPM at the 5,000 depth of cut. I'll wait for the thread guard to come out. It is filthy. Gauge this on machine. Yeah, start. Link. See, that's what happens. Right, so what happened is I hit the tailstock. As soon as you hit something, I don't know how I hit it, or I see I hit it there. Okay, so I hit the tailstock, and it was pretty drastic, but it wasn't that drastic because it just pushed the tailstock away. So we'll have a bit more winding in angle here. And if I mess up this time, which I won't because I've got extra clearance before I hit the tailstock, now I'm going to be hitting the revolving centre before I do anything now. Right, let's check that thread. And we'll get that light out of the way for a second. You might have to see it a bit better. Oh, good grief. I don't know if you can see that. Believe me, that's lining up, that's 20 TPI. Hang on. Okay. Here we go. And sometimes it goes like that. It's probably because it was really close to the shop. Where the bolts went in there, it's probably going to be red hot. I'll try to pick it up. Let me turn the weight off so it doesn't get my sleeves tangled up anywhere. This is probably going to be red hot. Quickly without burning your fingers. Come on. Move, 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 move. Yes, okay, got it. So I've got a bit of a nub left on the end there. Could have potted it off a little bit longer, but I think you'll agree that one was potted off. Let me just change the angle, hold on a second. So, like I was saying, there'll be a line on the subject. The other one is very sharp at the end. These should be the exact same diameter, within reason. And more or less the same length. And exactly the same thread. So now all I've got to do is match the slot in the top. So I shall file that knob off. Just take that knob off. Try not to disturb it too much. And then I shall probably put 2 hacksaw blades in and do that slot. So there she is, the Parkinson, all done. British Racing Green, enamel paint. It's got red oxide undercoat around every surface. It's got red oxide, and it's aluminium, not aluminium, yeah, it's aluminium phosphate red oxide primer. And what that does is that's the anode, I think it is. So if any rust occurs, it occurs in the paint. And that lasts for 50, 100 years or something like that, and then the device will start rusting. But we've got some marks on it, a bit of dust, not to worry. So that was the bolt that you saw me making with the catastrophe that happened, with a nub still on the end of it. And well, what I figured out was, when I worked out the 30 thou depth of cut, I thought I'll split that in half, because obviously, the lathe doubles what you cut on diameter, but the radius is still the same, and it's the radius they're giving you in the box, so I had to make another one. So I made another one. Instead of putting the clearance on the end of it, I put the centre straight into the end of it, so it's a little centre in the end of that, which made it even more difficult to thread, because I had to stop right at the end, but I made it anyway. Depth of cut 32 thou. I decided to go for a Whitworth 55-degree thread and cut 32 thou depth of cut, and then I've just hacksawed a line in the end of it. And as you saw, no you didn't, there we go. And that's the finishing touch for the vice. Apart from the jaws, obviously. And I haven't decided what jaws I'm putting in it yet. I'm playing with getting some EN8 or higher carbon steel, making carbon steel jaws, or just putting soft copper or aluminium jaws into this one. I don't know yet. The copper needs 25 pounds. A bit spare. There you go, that's the screw fitted. Wonderful. Matches the original one. There's only one extra thing I could have done, which was I could have got the screw in like that, then marked it, and then timed it so they both were even. But that looks beautiful now, like it should. Identical nearly. Definitely not noticeable now. Nice. The Parkinson, done.